You can count.
Alrighty, today I'm going to review on the Russian Mosin Nagant. It was the Mosin Nagant was introduced by Ivanovich Sergei Mosin in 1891. At first, the Russians had a single-shot bolt-action rifle, and they needed something better, so they came up with the Mosin Nagant. It has a 5-round internal magazine, bolt action. This model right here is the M1891 or the M91, which is the first one to be produced. The Mosin Nagant itself, it's a very unique rifle. It's one of the most accurate rifles in the world, and it's been used in various conflicts. It was used by from what I heard from a few Vietnam veterans, that the Mosin Nagant was used during the Vietnam War by the Viet Cong. Its first usage was in 1904 in the Russo-Japanese War, and it basically was field tested and it worked, and it's been implemented for years. I mean, millions of things have been produced. In World War I, it was the Russians' primary go-to weapon. It was used to almost all the troops by World War I. And when World War II rolled around, by the time the Russians was in World War II, it was a standard issue throughout the Soviet Army. And it was there was different variations made during the Battle of when Stalingrad was a problem. They actually took the Mosin and shortened it to a carbine model. I mean, there's thousands of variations of these things. They've been made by Finland, I believe Turkey, just multiple countries. They have implemented this rifle in combat. This one itself. This was an M91. My wife got it for me for a Christmas gift. Actually, I picked it out, and she set it in front of me a few months before Christmas, just tantalizing me. But I mean, still, it was a very good gift. So, one of the best in the world. They're simple overall in design. Like most of them, like this one right here, the M91. As you can see, it comes with its own little cleaning rod that you take. That just goes down to the stock of the rifle. And I mean, they're very easy to disassemble. It has the adjusted sight aperture, and like I said, I've stated probably 5,000 times already, they're highly accurate. During World War II, they actually took some of these rifles and they tapped the receiver and turned it to a sniper rifle. But these things, they're relatively inexpensive, and they you can pick these things up for $150 all the way up to sometimes $600 for these firearms. Different countries made theirs, like Finland themselves made one, which I actually had one here a while back, but I sold it. I refinished it. But I mean, they're just an excellent quality rifle. And I know Saturday I said that I was going to post a video last Saturday, but I got busy. You know, shit happens. But here it is. I'm going to show you the how to disassemble the bolt, and I'll go through how to take the heat guard off it. You know, I won't demonstrate it fully, but I'll show you basically what to do, and then later, because I'm probably going to change this stock out, because there's a little crack here, and I don't know really how to repair this. And plus, I've been wanting a green stock for it anyway, so this here just gives me an excuse to get one. I'll do a video on that. But anyway, here it goes. All right, with these firearms, with these rifles, you know, simply to get the bolt out of the rifle, you pull it up, pull it back, depress the trigger, and pull out. And right here is your bolt assembly. And for right now, I'm going to set the rifle to the side. Now, to get this rifle you can see right here, you have this part that holds the other parts here on. So what you do is you put the ball between your thumb and your index finger like this, and you pull it and twist this part here to the left. That releases this. And once it releases that, this is that, then you
I'm recording.
okay. Alright, but you twist the back end of the bolt. That's not supposed to happen. Then, there, it takes this part off. It basically breaks the bolt down to where you can strip it and work on it. Now for this part right here, requires a special tool. Some people can use multi-tools, but when my wife got it, it actually came with the proper tool to do it, which is a Mosin key. And you take this right here, and you just basically twist. Like I say, it screws down into the bolt. You know, if you're physically coordinated, this is very easy. But for me, I'm just an overall klutz. I've never done a whole lot with my hands. So, as you can see, the firing pin, it does come out. When it comes out, spring tension loosens. You got your firing pin, spring, this part, and the bolt body. So once you have this part stripped, if you've picked one of these up from a surplus dealer or whatever, usually my best advice is to look down in here in this part, because where they pack these things in Cosmoline, they just get crammed up and everything else. So it's always best to check down here and scrub it real good. But this right here is the Mosin bolt strip into its various pieces. Now for the rest of the rifle, I'm just doing a brief overview. To get the heat guard off, you depress this, and you get this over the you get the ring over this retaining piece. Same thing here. You press it in. I'd advise using like a multi-tool or something of that nature. But once you get them up to here, this right here is just a thin piece of wood, and you just take it off. Then you have these screws right here. There's a screw here and a screw here. You take these two off, which lifts the receiver and the barrel out, and then leaves you with the bare stock. To take this right here off, you can usually depress this. This comes out. This is all, once it's separated, this screw right here holds this part on the magazine. So once it comes off, this will come out. Then this comes out, and it's basically in simple form. Okay. So then you can either clean the Cosmoline out, change stocks, whatever you want to do. But now, the reassembly of the Mosin Nagant. Okay. First, you take your firing pin, slip your spring back over the pin. You drop it back down into here.
Get in the frame.
Then you take this part. You match these up. Like when you match them up, they're supposed to match up like this right here. They match up like this right here. Once this matches up, you're ready for the reassembly process. Now to start off, you can take your firing pin, push it down here into the wood, take your Mosin key, and then you start slowly putting it back in place. You know, I don't know what exactly you use to push down this firing pin. I've seen most people use wood. They say it's soft, but I mean, just use whatever you think won't damage your firing pin. This is you know, like I say, if you don't have a key or anything for it, you can use a multi-tool. You can probably even go up online, some of these surplus stores, and just pick one up. So sometimes this can, for me, it can sometimes be a process. Okay, but like I said, there's a line on the back of it. On the back of your firing pin, there's the same line. Make sure it just matches up with those two lines and it's assembled correctly. I can't really get to focus in on the line, but you know, you can look it up online and other videos. So
Actually, you can see it there.
Oh.
Like it's how it's holding it.
Oh. Well, like I said, once this line here matches up, that means it's assembled correctly. If the line's not matched up, it won't work. So next, what you're going to do, we're going to take this piece right here, part of the bolt assembly, and you're going to insert this. There's a little notch right here. Line it up with this piece, and it slides in. So now you slip it back on to the bolt. Make sure this piece will slide into this slot. Now, take your bolt, same thing again, like this, and your bolt is assembled back together. Just like I said, it's real simple. I've not really practiced this much with it, but you know, here it is. I can, like I said, it's, then when you put it back on the rifle. Okay, that's once you have your bolt down, this piece right here should run along the bottom of your bolt body. So when you slide it back into your rifle, you press the trigger, slide it in, and it should be ready to rock and roll. Like that. Okay, now this concludes my segment on the Mosin Nagant. Tune in next week, and I'll probably have something different up. And as for anything else, if there's anything you guys want me to review, like I said, I'm on a tight budget, so if there's anything you want me to review, if you want to, you know, you could probably drop me a line and send it to me, and I will review it. So, like I said, just stay tuned, and I'll update my Facebook page about what I'm doing next. See y'all later. Thank you.